morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma.
Yeah, how are we doing today?
We're fine, thank you, ma.
Okay, so let's give another 3 minutes and then we can start for today. So just maybe 12:10 and then we can start. Thank you. Hello, so good morning, everyone. Right. So can everyone hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So today, so any questions generally, how is your week? going? How has it been? Any feedback from the last session that you want me to respond to? And then we'll take it up from there. Any questions from anybody, any observation, any complaint? I'm angry about something. Okay, so before we go into that, I must really apologize to everyone that joined on day one. There were other people, other ladies that wanted to join that were supposed that were shortlisted for cohort 1, and they hadn't joined or weren't able to join that on Monday. So it became difficult for us to go on to the next day. That was yesterday. Drop anything. It was supposed to be mild anyways. But we thought, you know what, let everybody come in and let's close up admission into cohort 1. So we've closed admission. I think we have up to 60 plus women for cohort 1. Hopefully we get to have all of them joining in here today. So we've made some adjustments in how we deliver just to actually ensure that we got everybody in that could come in. So we've locked up the admission for cohort 1. So if you have anyone that wants to join, they should please join cohort 2. But they need to register on forms. So I think we're supposed to drop that yesterday. Our admin project manager is unavoidably absent. She's not feeling well. And so I think 1 or 2 things didn't get to us or hasn't gotten to us. So we apologize profusely about that. We sort it out later today. And so that includes the recordings and the access to the YouTube channel for the first session that we had. So for those of us, for the benefit of those of us that didn't join on Monday, my name again is Comfort Arusa-Osenwege. I'm the Chief Dealmaker, Founder and CEO, DealWoman Nigeria. In the Deal Room, we simply connect capital to business. We started the DealWoman Accelerator program because we thought that the percentage of women getting access to funding or getting funding at all is too low. In fact, very annoying. I say it all the time that it's annoying. So we want to bridge that gap, and that is why we are providing this opportunity for women via the DealWoman Investor Readiness Accelerator. It's a 1-month thing, so we'll handhold you through what to do. So the first activity for today, I've dropped it on the WhatsApp. You'll use it at the end of the day to design your business model. So we're talking about the business model today. If you want information on there's the information pack pinned to the cohorts group. So please read it. It has almost everything I talked about on Monday. And then the slides for the second session will be dropped immediately. I probably have to do that myself because Marianne is not on this call right now, and Faith is also at a training. All right, but I think she's been able to join. So I'm actually me and myself right now today. So any questions, please feel free to ask me any questions. I know somebody has asked for the office hour. The link should be dropped in later today. So you have opportunity to meet with me and ask private questions that you don't want us to take here. But as much as you can, please ask all of your questions so that it benefits every lady that is on the cohort as it is. At some point, the registration attendance for today will be dropped, and then please ensure that you sign the attendance register before you leave today. So good morning once again. Today we want to delve into the business model. And I know so many of us may have had the opportunity to go into accelerators. I've been checking the profile of the people that are on this particular cohort. And we have a lot of people, a lot of business women who seem to have an idea or two about what we're trying to do here. But my experience is the fact that a whole lot of the time, there's still this gap between writing your deck or your business plan or your teaser and the business model. The business model essentially is how you make money. So I'll go on to share my screen right now as I try to speak to this topic. Please, if you have any questions, you can just drop it off on the chat box, or you okay, so please let me know if you can see my screen and you can still hear me. Okay, I need to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. Please, if you want to speak, you can unmute if you have to. Thank you. Right. So we're looking at the business model Canva. Please, if you've had it before, it's fine, but please try and just listen. I may say one or two things that you've not heard before. Okay. Right. So the business model Canva, it's these are the questionnaires that you need to answer when you are writing your business model Canva. Remember, I said that the accelerator is essentially a do. So it's not too many write-ups. You just want to do. At the end of this week, I want to see the PowerPoint, the blocks of your nine blocks of Canva filled up. That is the activity for the week. That's for you to move on to next week. This particular PowerPoint must be filled up. So by answering these questions, you can develop a comprehensive business model Canva that considers your value proposition, your target customers, your revenue models, your costs, your competitive advantage, your growth strategies, your organizational structure, and the metrics for success for this business. If you don't answer this properly or rightly or accurately as much as you can, you make a mess of your business journey. Now, the unfortunate side of that is that investors know, we know when your model is not clear. So I will be running you through this. Please take a paper wherever you are. Please be writing down. Write down. Do a good job of writing today. I'll give you 1 minute to please get a nice pad where you can write. As I ask the questions, as I explain what they are, then you start, you start to answer the questions, because that will help you with that PowerPoint page that I've sent right now. So what is your value proposition? What problem are you solving for your customer? What is the value proposition? What problem are you solving for your customer? Number 2, what are your target customers? What are their needs and pain points? So these 1 and 2 are related, strongly correlated. What problem are you solving? What problem exactly are you solving? So I was in a strategy session reviewing a business model Canva for a client. And I asked, what is your value proposition? And they said different things. Oh, our values. So some people say we are optimistic. We are the values, we work hard. No, that's not what we want to see there. What problem are you solving? What's the pain point of your problem, of the problem of your customer? Now, the pain point, the problem we're solving in the deal room is the pain of the journey of fundraising, that pain, we're trying to take it off you, that pain and the stress. So our value proposition to you is we connect you easily with business or connect you with capital. That pain of where do I find money is what we're solving. We're doing a whole lot around it, but the pain is people are finding it difficult to raise money. And we want to solve that difficulty. Whatever we do, that is what we are answering to. This accelerator is to speak to that pain, that your pain of looking for where to get money. That's the problem. People are not able to raise money. They are not able to find where to get, who is even going to give them money. That is the pain we solve. It must be clear to you. I spoke to somebody that produces yogurts. And there's yogurt, they do it big time business at that time. And I said, so what is your value proposition? And they said marketing, they said ease of going, they said different things. But at the end of the day, by the time the Canva was studied nicely, it wasn't yogurt they were selling. They were selling satisfaction in being testy. I'm testy. I don't want water. What else can I take? Take my yogurt. So it has to be clear. Sometimes we write different things. So that way, when you write different things that is actually not speaking to your customer, why would your customer buy your yogurt? Why would they come to your spa? Why would they buy your bread? Why? What problem do they have? If you're selling cookies, why should they buy your cookies? Why should they buy? Why? If you're selling cookies, and why they should buy your cookies to you is because your cookies is nice. That's not a value for me. It's nice, we baked it well. No, there must be something why you must buy my cookies. I remember when in a conversation with a very senior cousin of mine, and so we had just buried the mom, and we were like chewing chin chin. We all sat on the floor, very unhappy. We were eating chin chin, and she just said, "Comfort, this chin chin is not like mom's chin chin." I said, "Yeah, it's not auntie's chin chin." It was nice. It was okay, but it's just not auntie's chin chin. Why? There's a way auntie's chin chin dissolves in the mouth. It's crispy, it dissolves. There's another chin chin. Why do we buy a Kodumota chin chin even when we're going to the US? Or some people, they will say, see, come for any buy a Kodumota, buy me a Kodumota chin chin. There's a reason. Is that chin chin, that chin chin. It has to be that chin chin. Or in spite of everything that they say about Coke, people are still drinking Coke. What is that thing about Coke that you want? There's Biggie, there's Jiggy, there's Pepsi, in fact, Pepsi respected themselves. For a long time, their slogan was, if you can't find a Coke, take Pepsi. What is it? What's that thing? What's that thing? There's a pinpoint. What is that? You must find it for your business. If you cannot have generic, it cannot be the same with everybody. It cannot be. What's that thing? Is that thing that will determine how you target the customer. who that needs and pain is for. So you match them. You match the customers that you have designed these products for. So most times I always say, work from the points of your customer. These two things, these point 1 and 2, is the very reason an investor will give you money. Because if this 2 is clear to you, then you will know that, you know what, I have 1 million people with this type of pain and I want to reach them. 10 are in Lagos, 100 are in Abuja, 1 million are across Africa. It must be clear to us. Now, the third question is, what channels would you use to reach your customers? How will you acquire and retain them? Question number 3. How? So many times when you hear Tom, Son, Tom, the addressable markets, the markets, how many people, it borders around your go-to-market strategy in the end. How would you be able to reach them? This person that is having this pain, and you have this solution for this person that has the pain, how do you want to reach these people that have that pain? The channel to reach your customers. And a lot of the time, when investors are looking, they know that your business can reach 2 million people, but you do not have the capacity to reach them, or you've not explained it enough on how it will reach them. So don't just run numbers or market research. There are 240 million people in Nigeria. Beautiful for you. 250 million will not buy your products. Who will buy your products? Who is going to pay for the products? How would you acquire and retain them? Number 4, what is your revenue model? How will you make money from your products? How? How are you going to make money from these products? How? Are you going to do subscription? Are you going to pay, place a premium on the cost of production? Are you bringing it free to them? Is it impact? How would you make money from this product? So many times we leave too much money on the table. I see a lot of businesses, you leave money too much on the table. At times you may decide to give a product free to make money through something else. A good example is this business, the DIRA. DIRA, we started with, some of you may have seen it, 30,000 naira. When it was originally conceptualized, we ran it, okay, let's do it 30,000 naira for women. We didn't get a lot of people hop on it, and we saw that it was value. So we went to a bank. The bank said, oh, we are doing a lot of this for the women. Yes, but why are they not signing up? We said, we don't know. Maybe we've not sold it enough. Some 30,000, some people will feel, I like to be, to deal with 1% of the 1%, for those that know me. But I wanted to reach more women. So I said, oh, just do it 30,000. We were charging 300,000 for business writing pitch decks. So we just said 10%, just charge them 10%. Let's see if we can help them. And we didn't see so much. Oh, a lot of people applied, but we didn't see that energy. And we're like, we'll just be wasting our time. How do we fund this? And then we went back as a team and said, you know what? We'll look for sponsors and look for international organizations that fund gender-focused programs like this. Make it free. Get them in, provide the service 100%, and get sponsorship. We'll make more money from getting sponsorship and partners. And it started to make sense. So how would you make money? It doesn't mean that you have to, people have to pay. You can provide free, just like Facebook. LinkedIn, and a whole lot of other products and services. Now make it free. There's a product that one of our clients is doing that is producing right now. They manufacture that. I'm thinking, maybe give it free to children in Nigeria. Make it free. Produce and make it free. And if I'm making it free, I can go to a government and say, I'm making this thing free for children because it's healthy for them. And have 1 million children take the product and then get somebody else to fund it. Question is, what is your revenue model? How will you make money from your products or service, please? So there's a lot of products here. There should be services here. Number 5, what are your key resources and activities? What do you need to deliver? What do you need to deliver your products? Here is another challenge. If your key resources and activities aren't clear to you, it will show with your investors or who wants to give you money. It will show with your bankers. They will know so because the banks are using this model to tick out who they will give money. So do they have a clear value proposition? Yes. Their target markets, are they really solving the needs and the pain points? Yes. They have a channel to sell it. Will we have a problem with them selling? Can they acquire and retain their customers? Yes. If they can do that, okay, that's good. How do they make money? Okay, they make money from selling chin-chin. Oh, really? Is that all they do? How many chin-chin can they sell to this number of people? Okay, yeah, but you see, the channel is so, they're using Instagram, I think they can retain up to 1 million through this or 500,000. Oh, okay. And they're going to be selling for 15 naira, yes, and their gain is 20 naira. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. So that's how they tick it. So they're gonna tick this. So you have to answer this question, putting the cap of the investors. Immediately you are not okay, please ensure you write down on this note you're writing, this thing is not, I'm not here yet. These people cannot buy this from me. These people cannot buy this from me. Or I cannot go through with this. Now investors are not going to look at this. Now, so number 6, what are your cost structures? What are your fixed and variable costs? So many people, businesses don't know that this has nothing to do with male or female. No. Fixed cost and variable cost. What is your fixed cost? This cost, I must pay for it. A fixed cost, for example, is power. I have to pay for it. The variable cost is what are variable costs? There are some I'm not sure. Production cost is sort of fixed. Service cost is fixed to some extent. Variable cost, maybe you're buying tissue for the office, you can decide that you want to start buying it somewhere else. But a lot more costs are fixed than variable. Forget accounting principles. This is now finance and us sitting down to really look at it. A lot of cost has to be incurred, a lot of it. So do you understand what cost you have to pay? Because that will decide how you drive your revenue model. And a lot of the time when we go into trial sessions, especially for those that have factory, there's a lot of costs they are not taken into consideration at all. So you need to be careful. You need to know a lot of businesses closed down because they were not mapping out properly their cost structures, which ones are fixed and which ones are variable. For a lot of the time, they lump so many things on variable cost, and at the end of the day, they are having to pay, and you find out that the businesses are not going. Or when an investor looks at it, and like your cost structure is not nice, so why would I put money? What is, number 7, what is your competitive advantage? How do you differentiate yourself from your competitor? What's your competitive advantage? The other day, somebody said, Comfort, a lot of people do fundraising. They help people raise money. I said, no, they don't do what we do. And they said, why? I said, most of them are probably brokers that are in between. He said, yes. I said, so the deal room is a structured business. We have a board. We don't do it. We differentiated ourselves from anybody that does fundraiser in this country. Highly differentiated. Highly differentiated. Oh, I write business plans. I write business plans. I said, I just finished a session with a client and I built 12 million to write a business plan, 12 million naira to write them an elite plan, business plan. And he was like, oh, 1,500,000. I said, no, that's why you've been going for 3 to 5 years looking for funds. Because I've checked what they've done. No, doesn't fit. 12 million because my business plans from the deal room are tenable at the World Bank. It's World Bank standards. Our business plans have been taken to banks in Austria and they are asking who wrote that plan. It's beautiful. Austria, as far as Austria. So we write World Bank standard business plans. That means if you take our business plan anywhere in the world, it will be funded unless something else is the issue. Differentiation. How do you differentiate yourself from your competitor? I enter your spa. I would like to know the industries you are in. So type the industry so I can use your industries as example, please. So type in the chat box, my industry is healthcare, my industry, I bake cake, no, I make clothes. How do you stand out? The other day, I was asking one of my daughters, she's a fashion designer, said, excuse me, madam, we have trained you in fashion design. But you see, me, I don't understand this 20,000 you are collecting per clothes, 5,000 naira sometimes, and you've been that. So she's using the BQ and wasting people's time. Vicky James, I hear, collects 10 million naira. How is she doing it? What exactly is she doing that you cannot do? And she now goes, she's on Instagram. I said, no, that you're not getting the point. It's beyond going to Instagram. Anybody can be on Instagram. What is she doing differently? What's she doing differently? And then I sat down and I followed Vicky James a bit. And I realized that there's just a touch to how she does her clothes. It's the touch, it's the touch. That touch is what she's selling. It is me, it is my touch. That's what she's selling. Anybody can be on Instagram. I've been trying to be on Instagram by the way. So maybe you see me once in a while because I really need the Bogbero to follow me, right? But there was just something about her clothing that made sense, So question is, what differentiates you if you don't get that differentiation? So for example, a lot of people will say, oh, you're not on Instagram. I say my customers are not on Instagram. I said that for years. It's the DealWoman probably that will bring me out on Instagram. I'm like, they're like, oh, really? Yeah. I said, they can't pay. They can't pay. They can't pay. So when I say on Instagram is $1, $2, me, I'm charging $1,000, $5,000. I mean, it's not on Instagram. I stand to be corrected though. Daniel, please, some people are in the waiting room. Can you admit them? Okay, so I have to do this admitting them myself. Sorry, so that's I have done. So I'm like, what's that thing? So I'm $1,000. I used to charge if you want to have me do this for you, like a trial session, since 2010, I charge 500,000 naira. And then I did a bit of small things while, like Faith Foundation, Tony Elumelu, Technology Incubation Center at some point. At some point, I just felt it was a waste of my time because 100 people will pay 1 million naira. One person will pay the 1 million naira. So Kini Mombaka, you understand? So I've just always stayed at around the 5–10% of people, the upper quartile of people who really need my services. So how do you differentiate yourself? How? What is your competitive advantage? And somebody will say, oh, hey, but older people are writing, older people. I said, no, I have investment banking experience of 10, 12 years. So I've managed portfolios in excess of 1-point-something billion right now, if you calculate it. If you want to pay for that service, then you should be able to pay for it. That means you need it. So what differentiates you? We're not doing the same thing and we're not delivering at the same level. How will you scale your business? How? What growth strategies would you use? How do you scale? Let me tell you, the DIRA is a scaling model for the deal room. Because in the last 1 month since we started pushing DIRA out, we've had a lot of people ask for partnerships. A lot. You don't want to know. Because it was a strategy for us to scale what we're doing. And DIRA is global. So it's going to go through Ghana, go to Africa, and maybe the Caribbeans and all of that. It's a strategy. So what growth strategies will you use? I want to see it when we're giving you money. The investors want to see that. What is your organizational structure? How would you manage your team and resources? This one, a lot of businesses fall flat, zero. Me, myself, and my children, me, myself, my husband, and my children, me, myself, my brother and sister. Guys, it doesn't work. If they are going to give you money, they must have to see someone that is providing oversight functions on this thing you're doing. You are an operations person. You go to somebody that looks at it and says, you know what are you doing? What exactly are you doing? Or somebody that says, you know what, do it like this, do it like this, do it like this, do it like this. I said it in the first session and I'm going to repeat again. The deal room started without the name being formed. We had not gone to CAC to register when the board was constituted. I did that deliberately. I ran CAO partners for 10 years as a consultancy. I did well. I always love me, myself, and myself. I love it. But I struggled though. Yeah, I've done a family office, managed it. I've managed ultra high net worth portfolios. It was looking good. I earned my money, it hits my accounts. No, big girl, I love it. But I struggle because it's only the network that I can access within my own network. So when the idea of the deal room came, it was because I wanted to dismantle that structure. You know what, Comfort, it cannot revolve around you. So question I asked myself, every big company and organization you've marked or marked as, that is the mentor, that is who you are following, that is the companies you're looking up to, those are your benchmarks. Was there anyone that was really one-man business? Ask ourselves the truth. More businesses die because they are one man. One asks anywhere in the world. It has a key risk, a key man risk disadvantage to it. Key man risk. You are the one, you are no board, no oversight, nobody, you don't report to anybody. So you don't generate reports that documents your progress over the years. Nobody knows what you're doing. When you breathe down, that ends it. When you are not feeling well, good, that's the end of the business. It doesn't matter if you have people running the business with you. I mean, really, really organizational structure, people who run this with you as team and resources, but beyond that, the board, the oversight functions. They are not investors. So let me add that clarity. That question come out a lot of the time. Your shareholders, all of you in your family can be shareholders. They may not be board members. Board members don't have to be shareholders in your business. They don't have to be. So you can have the owners of the business, but there's an oversight function of a board. And you pay them sitting allowance. You can say, okay, I'm not able to pay you now, we'll pay you once we become profitable. When we started the DealWoman up till now, I've not paid any sitting allowance to any board member. But the books carry it, there is director's emoluments. And we've been carrying it on our books. By the way, I said it the last time, I'm saying it again. Our audited report from year 1 to year 5, we have it. From year 1, negative profit, no problem. Negative profit, no problem. We just went into break even recently. We just broke even and started making profit. But you can see our trajectory of growth. So your organizational structure is so important. The people working with you. If you have a non-skillful team, we will know. Because the investors will know, so I will also know. So number 10, what are your key metrics for success? How will you measure and track your progress? A lot of the time, you are not tracking your progress. Even those that are doing, that are able to audit your financials or have management accounts, there's no benchmark for measuring or tracking your progress. How do we track that you are progressing? I did a restructure for a company that has 2 billion in turnover earlier in 2016, 17 or thereabouts. And they were doing so well on paper, but every month they were utilizing overdrafts to pay salaries. Utilizing overdraft to pay salaries of a 2 billion naira turnover company. There's a problem. And I find out working with SMEs, small businesses, that problem still exists. A whole lot of activity, but you are not measuring your break even. You're not measuring how much are you really making. So people have done business for 20 years running losses. At the end, they expect investors to invest in them. Investors will go do their valuation and give you the value you don't like. So by answering these questions, you can develop a comprehensive business model, Canva, that considers your value proposition, target customers, revenue models, cost, competitive advantage, growth strategies, organizational structure, and your metrics for success that investors really want to see. So I'm going to the next slide, and this is where your paper is going to be needed. Number 1, what is your value proposition? Write it down. We're building that now. Write it down. What is your value proposition? So this is one for a company. This is a structure for a school. So we did this for a school. So let's start with the value proposition. What kind of things do? So a school, for example, their proposition is global impacts, discipline, leaders in various sectors, technology and innovation driven, entrepreneurs. And what's the entrepreneur doing in a school? Can anybody answer that?
The school builds the children for entrepreneurship.
Sorry?
Investments.
Investment in the school.
As a shareholder or partner.
No, the value proposition.
No, it's
okay.
Hello, can I try?
Yes.
Hello, okay. For a school, entrepreneurship. Hello.
Yeah.
A spirit of training them to become entrepreneurs.
Thank you. So the value proposition to the parents is that your children will be trained to be entrepreneurs.
Okay.
The value is that it's technology driven. So we are going to install technology framework in the school that your child can utilize. We are building them as leaders. They will be leaders in various sectors. They will be disciplined. And the children are going to have global impacts. The school is going to impact them globally. It will speak to how they will position that school, what the costs will be, what the key resources will be, what the key activities will be. Now, if you go to a school, if I go to the school, my daughter is in GSS1, and we moved my first daughter is in SS3, about writing work, and we moved her 3 times, 3 secondary schools, 3. Because the first one, I said, what's your value proposition? What are the things you do here that is different? Oh, the children are this, the children are another. We are technology driven. When we went into the school, there was no technology, anything. We moved out. Because we needed a technology-driven school for her. It was important to us. And then they said, Christian, we are Christian, and it's a Christian school. We did not say Christian school within the first term. We moved our child out because being a Christian school for us was important to us. We didn't see it. We pulled the child out. We went to the second one. They explained all these things. They still don't have it. Went to the third one. They didn't. So we just said, you know what? Provide the thing we are looking for our children at home. Today we have internet in the house 24 hours. We have them their laptops. So we have to now regulate the usage. But she has access to technology, and we're teaching her all of that. And we got a Sunday school teacher to come, like normal teacher, to come to school. Since we are not getting Christian thing driven in school, there is a teacher that comes to the house 2 times in a week to teach Sunday school because it was important to us. So value proposition was to be clear. So when we were talking to this particular school, and I think they must have worked on this and then gotten more students because it really worked for them. By the way, I know there is a school here. So it worked for them. It worked. So what's your value proposition? So have you written it down? Have you written it down? Because I'm going to ask, and during the pitch session, demo pitch sessions, you are going to run us through your business. Number 2 is customer relationships. Okay, so let's even say customer segments before customer relationship. Who are your paying customers? Don't confuse who is paying and who likes your products. Customer segment is who is going to make the paying decision. Where is the money going to come out from? If you say children here, you are on your own. If you sell yogurts and you say children is your customer segment, you are not 60% correct. For customer segment, the actual question is, who are your paying customers? Who is paying? Who is making the investment decision? If you are buying soap in the market, a type of soap, who is going to make the decision to buy this type of soap? Sometimes we make, sometimes there was one deck I saw once, and I called the lady, I said, you are a smart woman. She makes clothes, but she said her target audience, our customer segment are young men or mid-sized men. I was like, really? Mid-sized men, middle-aged men? Say yes. I said, why? She said, our middle-aged women don't change clothes, so, but their husbands like them to change clothes. So the ones that have few money to spare, we push it to them to buy for their wives. And we have been making huge sales. I said, wow. Because the customer segment was who is bringing out the money? Who is going to pay? So this person says millennial parents, upper quartile Gen Zs. Others is parents 45 years and below. Did you imagine millennials? Because millennials are the ones and the Gen Zs who are japping now, mostly, and whose children are in primary one, except for some of us that God helped us. We are shy here to the glory of God. We have two. Some we just have one, so we are still waiting. I have a friend that waited for 18 years. So the children are just 2 years, 3 years, 2 years, 3 years old. So those parents, when I say 45 and below, doesn't mean that they are not older people that will be patronizing. No, it means that the core target is millennials, and there was a reason. They are the ones that are technology driven. So all their children are techie. So if their children are techie, you cannot provide a school that is not techie. They won't come. So don't be surprised if they just pass, waka pass, and the number of children there is not enough. So justify the investment in a school, because there's a lot of investment going on. So the question is, who is the paying customer? Who makes the decision to pay? In the deal room, our customers are the business itself, the size of the business is our customer. Who makes the business decision is not necessarily the CEO and what they want to do. No, it's the business itself. If this business is a startup, it probably needs our help. If this business is not raising money, it needs our help. Whoever drives it is important to us, but it's the business. So we look at the business before even onboarding or advising. It's the business we are focusing on. Just like it's your business that is important to me here, but you make the paying decision. So who makes the paying decision? Is the owners of the business. The owners of a business, not upper quartile working, no, owners of businesses are our customer segment. They are the ones that make the paying decisions. Top management of businesses, because a business, the owner may not be there, but the top management have decided that this is what they need and this is what they need to do. So you must narrow it down to be clear. I'll go to, I don't want us to stay too long because there's a whole lot of to do you have to do on your own, but I'm sure that you are writing now, so it helps you to fill up this space. What types, so customer relationship, question is, what type of relationship or interaction will your customer expect to have with you? Do you know that if you're a tailor or a spa, it's a personal relationship they want to have. You run a salon, they want personal relationship. So you cannot do informal. You have to personalize it for them. You're making clothes, it's personal. What's semi-personal? There's some that are semi-personal. semi-personal. Maybe Dira is now semi-personal because it's women. I'm like, please now, get investors ready, get ready. But basically, our job is formal, extremely formal, and they need information from us, formal information. There's an error there, there's something missing. So I'll adjust it there. So semi-personal, formal, what kind of relationship? You must decide what kind of relationship your clients want. So if your client wants personalized relationship, that means that you may be looking at, only you, I'll spend 1 hour on. Well, I will have to increase my revenue from you. If I'm going to spend 30 minutes, 1 hour. Also, the client I met this morning, he said, thank you for your time. You spent 1 hour speaking with me. I said, yeah, an elite member of the deal room, because in deal room we have basic membership, we have standard membership, we have elite membership, and we have elite pro. So if you are within the elite and elite pro, you have my time 1 hour. If you are elite pro, you have my time anytime. Call me, I'll just schedule. You want to meet with me, you can badge into my office anytime. Hey, hi, I'll give you a table, give you coffee, and we'll be talking. So that's personalized. That's why I said some of the things we do is sort of semi-formal, I think. So what kind of relationship? Because that means that, okay, so basic is 100,000, standard is 200,000, elite is 500, 1 million for elite pro. And guess what? They get just exactly what you get, but different touches. The way we review the documents, if you're on ordinary basic 100,000, I will not read that. I won't. I will just ask my team members to read it. If you do 200, my team members will read it. By the time you're doing 500 or 1 million, I sit with the deck. Because it means that there's something that made you dole out 500,000 to be a member of the deal. Right. So what relationship do you want to have? Well, it will drive the value you are also giving to them. It will drive the value. So if you charge somebody, your value you are bringing is ability to ensure that investors are before them. It is. So reduce the time, costs of deal sourcing, origination, and closure. That's our value proposition. Reduce the time, the cost of deal sourcing, deal origination, sourcing, origination, and closure for the deal. That is our value proposition. Reduce the time, both for the investors and for the entrepreneurs. So if you want personalized stuff, you pay 1 million naira. We just want formal, pay 100,000, we're done. Look at it here. We'll still do a lot. We bring a lot of value into what we do. We've closed down businesses that we thought that at the end of the session we had, they closed down the business. They went to CAC after 5 years and closed down the business. Why? Because of the structure of the business. They said they were a partnership, but the setting up was not on partnership and they were having issues. These are some of the things because of the accelerator. We'll get into it during the due diligence session. That will be, I think, the 3rd week. Right. So let me not go here so that I can take a lot of questions. And so how channels, how will customers find out about you? How will you get products to them? So this person says, curated events like dinners, deliberate calls, WhatsApp, emails, events, fairs, website, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, then etc. Don't say social media. If you check, there's no LinkedIn here. So and LinkedIn is social media. You have to, for example, we are not on TikTok. We really aren't on Facebook just to attract lower level of the SME for some of our programs. We are heavy on Instagram, and then we want to now come into X. sorry, on LinkedIn. We're not heavy. Most of our clients are from LinkedIn. So if your clients, if you say that you do corporate beautiful wears, you should be on LinkedIn. I don't know why so many people are on Instagram selling clothes that office people will wear when office people are all on LinkedIn. You get my point? So if you check the channels and really take some time to draw your attention to this, you'll be able to say to yourself, oh, my light has gone off. You'll be able to say to yourself, this is where I want to be able to talk, or where this is where I want to be able to, this is where I want to meet with my clients, or how I want to reach my clients. Okay, so this is how I want to meet my clients. This is where I want to reach them. So I want to see more people. So I have to come to Instagram sometimes to look for clothes. If you come on LinkedIn, we will patronize you. If you come on LinkedIn, we'll listen to you because we wear things to the office. We wear things for different meetings. So we will patronize you. So question is, how will customers find out about you? And look at it, if you sell clothes maybe 100,000 on Instagram and you are all over the place with everybody, a differentiation will be you are on LinkedIn talking to one or two people who can even pay 200,000 on that clothes instead of the 100,000. I'm not saying you should leave Instagram. I'm just saying, how will customers find out about you? How will you get the products to them? How do you get to them? I'm not talking about logistics here. It's the how of them knowing that you are there. The operations is the logistics, but this is strategy. How do you get to them? Do you want to organize evening dinners for your customers and invite a couple of people? Do you want to go for fairs? Do you want to go for events? A lot of the time, people are going for fair. They will go through. There's a fair coming up, for example, in Nigeria, and they're like, when somebody says, Comfort, aren't you going? I said, yeah. I didn't want to say what was on my mind because everybody seemed to be going for the fair. But I said, it's not worth my while as DealWoman to go for that fair, even though it looks like people will be there. And the reason was because it wasn't valuable to what we're trying to do. And so we don't have to be, because you know, there are a lot of technology events all over the place. And so you go for this, you go for that, landmark, tomorrow landmark, another time landmark, like, excuse me, Hilambaka, what exactly are we looking for? What exactly are we looking for? So that's not my channel for reaching my own customers. So I don't have to be all over the place. So just out of respect at times, I send a team member. I just say, okay, you go, you go, you go. I don't have to be, you know. So you need to sort that channel. Let's go to key activities. What would your business spend the most time doing? What would your business? I remember in a board strategy session, sorry, it was a board meeting. So my chairman said, you seem to be spending too much time on screening, all this screening. What are you screening? He sounded so sarcastic. I was like, in my mind, I said, Mr. Kiari doesn't know that screening no more in the room. What's all this screening? How many people can you screen in a day? That was like year two board meeting. And I explained and explained and explained and explained. He said, Comfort, that thing is not sustainable. Wow. I kept quiet for a while. You know, when you are smart and you are seeing somebody tell you that that thing is not sustainable, it's like your head wasn't correct when you were putting that thing together. I said, no, we have to screen it. He now says something, except you are not presenting it rightly to us now. It was at Federal Palace. I said, okay. So he said, okay, we'll take a break. come and represent this thing to us again. Because we can see you are struggling with dropping it as an idea. Now went back. Now went back and sat down and said, hey, these people are on my neck today. I reviewed it and said, a screening allows a startup or a business owner a first-hand opportunity to pitch without talking to real investors first. And so they know firsthand from us whether they are good to talk to investors or not. When I represented it, they stood up and clapped. They said, yes, nobody is doing that in Nigeria. That was it. Because it's going to take a whole lot of our time to screen one after the other deals, as we call them, when they come to the deal. But we must answer the why of this key activity. What will we be spending our time doing? And so we spend a whole lot of our time in the deal room screening. I've screened one last week. We did 2 screening last week. That person is back, and we have done it, and I've done a one-on-one for them this week. But we've now upgraded our screening to see that, okay, we now have different membership levels. For those that have followed us since when we started, screening was free in the deal room at some point, and then at some point we started charging 20,000, and then at some point we got to 50,000, and we were on 50,000 for several years, well, like 3 years, and then we are now on 100,000, 200, 500, 1 million, all screening, because we've now productized different things around it. So what will your business spend the most time doing? If your business is supposed to be spending the time selling, you should know. And so you will earmark these resources that will do that. If you do not, we will know as investors. And that means that we will say, they won't be able to sell, or they won't be able to run this business because they don't understand. So for this school, for example, teaching, they will spend their time teaching. They have to teach. Because if you are going to get entrepreneurs, global impact people, disciplined people, leaders, you use the word leaders, not students. We carefully, we said leaders, the end in mind, these children are leaders. Leaders in various sectors, you have to teach them a lot. You have to do extracurricular, because if somebody is going to be impactful globally, it doesn't have to be that the child will be in maths or English. So extracurricular has to be heavy. So the curriculum moved from conventional alone to extracurricular / conventional. That is, there is a child that his own curriculum will be 50–60% extracurricular, 30–40% conventional, and another child will be 60–70% conventional, 30% curricular. Not this one that you get to the school and they will say, it's only on Wednesdays that we do co-curricular activities or extracurricular. No, this school is not. So they do digital interactions, tech for school for kids, and all of that. So key activities, that is what they will be doing every day. And anybody that comes into that school, that's what they will do. What would you be doing at your spa every day? Is it taking care of your customers or ensuring that that place is cotton clean every time? Is a key activity. That activity shows now when they come in, wow. Because it's a spa, I'm going to open myself up, I'm going to do this. It's not like us that do services that, no, it's a spa. People should be wowed first from the encounter with your everything. I remember going to a school when we were making a decision for a school for the second child, and we wanted something close closer to school, to the house, so that I don't have to commute too long, since I also run a home office. And I went into a school that, oh, they liked, there was a lot of good recommendation. But as I entered the school and came upstairs, the toilet was right before the classroom open. I didn't like that. I'm like, wait, oh, these are secondary school children. If a girl wants to just go in and have like a privacy, this thing is open, it just puts me off. So must everybody know that I'm going to the restroom? I just felt like, like, then they had this wallpaper all over the secondary school, wallpaper like kindergarten, all over the, I'm like, this is overdue, over sabi. These wallpapers are distractive to children. They are not in kindergarten. These people are supposed to be reading. They're supposed to be reading and then looking more at serious things. What's all these parabolations all over the place? I didn't say anything in Green. Oh, welcome. You were highly recommended. We are looking forward to your child coming here. That was the end of Solomon Grundy. I went to a big school, a very big school in my area, a very big school. I would have, it was going to cost us more, by the way. I would have loved the child to be there. I would, a lot of things that they've said about the school. But as I entered, I realized that teachers were speaking vernacular. I don't have a problem with that, by the way. I speak a lot of vernacular. But there was no, this finesse with which they positioned their school. I didn't see it. I thought, comfort, you want to waste your money here. There's nothing like, don't want money. They don't have it. This thing, I just moved my child. Do you know where my daughter is now? Is a new school. Relatively, they've done their primary for 20 years. They now came into secondary because parents said, you know what, you can't train our children for 6 years and then you are moving them, which is what even I had an issue with from where she was coming from. Fantastic school, beautiful school, well put together. With sinking money, you get world class, almost world class in that school. And so I was looking for a school that was looking like where I was coming from. So, but all these things were triggers. And I'm like, that small school that she is, they have, let me not sell school. I think because it's school here. It's so like she's so improved because the child needed some improvement. She's improved. They called me from the former school. I said, no, we are fine. Small, just coming up, but because people got right one or two things. Question is, what would you spend your time doing the most? Key partners. Okay, before partners, let's go to key resources. What will it cost? What will it cost? What will it cost you? Your key resources. Financial investment, human resources, brand trust, a more engaged and active board of trustees, creating a strong and vibrant brand, a strong value proposition, a good digital marketing strategy, volunteers, interns, freelancers. What will it cost you to provide this value at the level you want to provide it? What will it cost you? I hired a digital marketing team early in the year, and I'm about firing them because I said to them in a line, a simple WhatsApp line, I said, I do not like the fact that when you post content, the contents are not, they're not using the terminology that fits what we're doing. They struggled with it. So I now say, you know what, let me look for the top 5 companies that do what they do. Who are their digital marketing people, if there is any? I just realized that they do so many things in-house on their own. They are global, by the way. So I just thought, maybe that's what we'll have to focus on. Get somebody in-house and then let the person do what he has to do. Key resources, and it will cost us more, by the way. It's going to cost us more. Financial investment, what exactly is the cost? What's the resources? What will it cost you? What will it cost you? Who are the things, what are the things you need? You need financial investment, you need funding, it will cost you. You need to have human resources, it will cost you. People, human, it will cost you. You need to write down the cost items. You need a board. The board will cost you because you have to meet board meetings. You have to do audit reports. You have to do auditors. You have to pay auditors to get there. You have to get a legal firm to advise you. You need to, the board will insist on that. The board will insist on a lot of things if they know what they are doing. If I sit on a board too, so I know we insist on a lot of things so that I can't sit on your board now and then you don't have audited financials or you don't have a good partner. One day, it was one of my board advisors that said, Comfort, you have to have a big four legal partner and an ordinary legal partner. I said, okay. So we arranged that. So we have the lawyers that handle CAC, you know, those are basic CAC, all these things that has to do with shareholders and all of that, basic things that legal people will do. But the one that has to do with serious matters, we have retainer for those ones too. Guess what? One day, I received a letter from the EFCC. EFCC, what did we do? They said there was one tax, one thing. They just sent us an email. When I sent it to the lower lawyer, he said he doesn't understand. I said, oh, respect yourself. I sent it to the lawyer. Oh, they said this is what they mean because of what you are doing in the deal room. They must have flagged it somewhere. Did you get money from the international market? Did you do anything? Did you do that? Where's your domiciliary account? Hey, my head's packed because my board is involved. I just called my board. I said, we got a letter from the EFCC, but it's nothing. I think the lawyer said, they said, okay, speak to this person. We spoke to the person, and then that was how he died off. And that led us to quickly go and then get our school and our domiciliary account. So if you are paying from outside of Nigeria, which so many people do, you have to join and you have to use that particular account. So we pay them for all of these things. We're going to pay. We pay, we've been paying. We're a small company. Oh, we're very small. I'm a startup story. You should. Because that's why, like I said in the first session, it was easy for me to raise 10 million in 1 week. Very easy. I needed the money then in 2022. I said, okay, let me even test our powers, whether we even know what we're doing. We put the deal room for sale, 335 million for 10% of the deal room. I got 7 offers straight. Where do we pay? I'm like, okay, calm down. We're not doing it again. But we need money to do some things. I just pitch here and there, and that's it. I got the money. I don't have to stress myself. The question is your story, and are you putting it together right there? So key resources. So almost finally, so that I don't take our time too much, we don't have to spend 3 hours, but we have marked 3 hours for every session when we meet like this. Right. So how much will it cost? How much time and money will be required? So now we're putting time and money to this. Time and money. If you can quantify the time, then you can build the product, the people, the time, the capital cost, the technology, the risk management. It has to be factored into your financial plan. And like somebody asked a question, yeah, we'll give you a financial plan that works across, but for projections, please, not for your audit. For your audit, if you don't have, we have partners, like I said previously, that can give you something not too expensive. We've had a conversation with them around on this already. So for our women members, as you go through the DIRA and you're completing it, you can have access to discounted offers from our lawyers, from our lawyers, and then from our auditors as well. And 2 or 3 of them that we're working with on this group. So revenue, you need to know how you make money. For them, they earn money only from school fees. A school can earn money from several other things, depending on, but they just wanted to hold on to. That's what the plan at that time could look like. But having worked a lot with quite a number of schools in recent times, there are a lot of ways a school can really make money, raise money in different places. And some of us are just joining now. That is a lot to be joining. So that ends my session for now. I'll leave so this is the business model Canva, ladies and gentlemen. I'll stop sharing my screen and I'll take questions. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you for the clap. Right. Okay, so I have a couple of questions. So I'm a bit low on resources that will help me today. But I'll try. Right, I can see there's some previous questions. My system is slow. But if you can take your questions, you can raise up your hands, show of hands, and I can take questions. So we have like 30 minutes taking questions, and then we end it for today. Okay, right. So manufacturing, food processing, good, hospitality and tourism, movie, wow, I like that movie. Right. Business consulting, my industry is school, great. Are we going to get these recordings? Network has been so erratic since yesterday. Yes. On the YouTube channel, we intend to drop it there. Yeah. You would have access, yes. You will have access. Wow, some people are just coming in, or is it that they are dropping in and off based on the network? All right, so is anybody asking questions? Social impacts, training female entrepreneurs. Okay, I get that. Yes, Adeyinka, you can go on. You have the floor.
Okay, just a quick question about the attendance. Where do I find it? Because yesterday, on Monday, I was in both sessions, but I didn't sign anything. I didn't see anything to sign. Where do you normally drop the attendance?
Okay, Faith, look out for Faith. Look, Faith will drop the attendance. Faith, are you here?
Is it on the WhatsApp platform?
Okay, so here, please. It has to be here.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
that means I will be counted as not attending on Monday.
Yeah, but we will take it that I recall you asked one or two questions.
Exactly, in both sessions, ma.
Yeah.
I asked questions and I even joined early.
Yeah.
Please, ma.
Yeah, so that we take it as it is. Do you have any questions right now?
Not really. That's just it. Because I heard you say attendance, and I was like, wait, what am I missing?
Okay, so everyone that came in on Monday.
Okay, and then my industry is femtech. Femtech. I didn't type it. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you, ma.
Yes, yeah, you're welcome, ma. Chico say yes, you can take your questions. I can see you raising your hands.
Good afternoon, ma. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so while you were speaking, I was trying to envision the things that we have now and the things that we don't have based on, what we've been doing. I know you said from day one, you've always had audited financials. We've always had audited financials from day one, even though when we were selling just 3 products and 4 products. But I am at the point where I kind of feel like I'm not getting so I've not done my 2024 audited financials yet. But I kind of feel like I'm not getting the best out of more like what I'm supposed to be getting. So we are not yet, I wouldn't say we are profitable yet.
Yeah.
We are on our way, but we are not yet there. And I'm wondering, by virtue of us being part of this cohort, is this a service that your firm offers, even if it's at a discounted rate? I know you are, when you were saying your premium and your, in my mind, I was like, okay, but by virtue of us being part of this accelerator program, is this some of the perks that we can enjoy, even if it's at a discounted rate, you know? Because it would be nice to really know the true picture of what we are, where we are and where we are headed to. You know, said that your business plan has been it's world best, and I do not doubt it, and I'm sitting here and I really want to, I'm itching to have a peek or an insight into all that. But I also know that, for you to get the best, you have to part with something, So are these things that we can access even at a discounted price, so that when we are done with this accelerator, we know that in 5 years, this is where I'm going to be. I mean, the first time I heard you speak was in Faith Foundation. And that was when you were saying that you're already projecting at 2,000 naira per dollar. And at that point, we are not even gotten to 1.5. And I was screaming in my head because,
wow,
yes, that was the agri lab scaling, whatever. And
okay, interesting.
yeah, so that class, because I know what
Comfort said this.
Yeah, because I know what a business plan looks like. I mean, I have a business plan by myself, but I'm also open to learning and, and getting more. So when you said you're projecting at 2,000 naira per dollar, I was literally almost screaming from my chair that we've not even gotten to 1,500. But guess what? Like you said, the dollar has risen. And because of the uncertainty, you can't be doing to bomb like that. You can't be saying, oh, the dollar is rising at 1 to 2, so I want to change it from 1 to 1 to my projection. I want to change it to 1.5. So I really want to get all that right.
Right.
So that in 5 years' time, we're not going to, because I realize that every year we have to rewrite a new
plan.
Yes, a new plan, and now use the going rates to calculate.
Oh my God.
So that's what I want to add, that I hope we're going to, even if it's I don't mind, even if it's at a discounted price, but I just want to get it right, so that even if I have to have an update or a version, I'm not going to redo everything from the scratch.
Yeah, I get
and that's what
I get you. So okay, Chigoze, thank you, right? Right. Okay, so so good to see you here once again. I hope we can see ourselves at some point.
Yes, I hope so too. I really do hope so.
Okay, so we have a physical event on Monday. We're hoping that they can come in, right? Yeah, we're hoping.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so to answer your question, yes. We write business plans and all of that. In fact, I've written hundreds and hundreds. So we have partners that are working, but we also tell them, because we know that they are limited to how these documents are written at times. So by the way, a good, okay, people are dropping off and coming in. We don't have limits, so I don't know, I think it's network. So the thing is, your business plan is a strategy document. That's why I dropped that. Please read through the It was deliberate because I know we are not treating business plans directly here. So there's a 9 minutes or so that I dropped on the WhatsApp. Please listen to it again. It talks about strategy and planning. Your first major, that's why we call it business strategy document, not necessarily a plan. Then the plan will come with different scenarios. $1 50 naira, $1 1 million naira. You better have those scenarios so that you are able to say to yourself, you know what? This is my strategy document. This is my 5-year financial plan. I've been running with the same financial plan since 2019 because dollar was down 2,000 naira, 2,000 naira to $1. And the benefit of that is because I'm an analyst. I'm first an investment banker. So the trajectory of our economics in Nigeria doesn't say that it will come down. The only thing that could have changed that could have been a total change in government. So as long as it was still the same APC, it doesn't matter who was there. It's the same thing they will literally just do, and it's just the same thing they've just done. Because it's party politics, not individual politics. It's just, I'm not campaigning for anybody. I'm just saying from the economics. So I'm like I explained to my clients in the morning. I said, economics, I'm a financial analyst. So my job is to decide what I do with 10 billion, 20 billion. And I've done that actively for the last 20 years. You cannot be saddled with the responsibility of managing 20 billion. And they are losing their money. You will be in Kirikiri by now. I will be in Kirikiri. So we've developed our skill of fund management. That is what we bring to play in the deal room. So when I talk based on those analyses that you may not find anywhere. See, a country that has 80% of its supposed working population not working, and those people not working are consuming. But what they are consuming, they are importing, will always pay higher in exchange rates. It's simple mathematics. Simple economics is glaring at us. It's going to be like that. So you are going to be looking for more Forex to solve your local consumption. As long as we keep doing that, our currency will go down because that's not what we are trading with in the international market. We are trading with somebody else's currency. So that one will be going up. If we were using Naira, if, for example, I go to China and I'm spending Naira, it's Naira that will become scarce in Nigeria. But because it is dollar, every time I want to buy this thing that I am not producing here in China, China will say, give me dollar, not Naira. US will say, give me dollar, not Naira. That's the problem. That's really the problem. I don't know when we're going to solve it. I don't know who will come and solve it. As long as we do that, except, which is why I'm also very particularly interested in Nigeria and manufacturing, which is why we partnered with MAN last year, and we're in partnership with them throughout of this year to see how we can fund manufacturing. Because if, check it out, everything from my head down to my toe was imported. Nothing was done here. Nothing except me. I was born in Nigeria, that's all. Every other thing came in. My wig, my glasses, my earrings gone. Bogwe, China. So I'm actually spending dollar, and we do not earn in dollar. So that's the problem. So the trajectory will always go up. So if you are running your business, the only way you can mitigate against that is for you to earn in dollars, which is what Ghana tried to do by saying Ghana, the Ghana dollar or something. We But that can't work because you still have your own local currency. I don't want to go into the details of economics and the monetary policies, but that's the problem. So from there, you know, it will stabilize now because this government is here for 4 years. There will be another trigger in year 3. So note it for me, it will trigger again. It will trigger. It triggers into a new election year. So every election year, there's a trigger in our currency. So as a business person, have a trial session with an external facilitator. Let them drive your strategy and your plan. That way, you will know that it will go up or it will go down. Then you will plan and position your business. Then your second level will be the operational plan, business plan of, okay, 2 to 3 years we'll work with it. So we have now, for example, in the deal room, we had 2 strategy sessions last year. Two strategy, and we had our strategy session for this year already. To look at where is the currency going to go. We know it will stabilize. Except something drastic happens, it's going to remain there. The only thing that would have helped it come down, which is another trigger that I don't see now in the short term, was if Dangote was the only one selling fuel and selling us diesel in Nigeria, then it will reduce the impact of having us, because every time you queue up at the petrol station, you are spending dollars. Every time. Yes. That's the way I see it. Every time you queue up at the petrol station, you are buying in dollars. And because you don't have dollar to spend, it's not what we're spending here, it becomes a problem. So the conversion rates are killing us. That's really what is happening. And except we manufacture, except we earn more of that currency we're spending, we're not going anywhere. So to the second question, yes, there are discounts and discounts we have organized with some of these people. And yes, to be members of the deal room officially, if you do your job well in terms of following through with this accelerator at the end of this month, at the end of this cohort, please, you should be able to just go on to raise money. That is the target. So in the office hours, you can book an office hour with me and see, let's send you us your financials where it is, and let's see where the challenges are. We'll look at it and then maybe tell you financial person to do 1 or 2 weeks.
All right, ma. Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you, Chigozie. Right, David, Victoria. Yeah, your hand has been up. So sorry about that. So you could take your questions now.
All right. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you so much. I really want to appreciate you for these insights. You have really opened my eyes to so many things today. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I run a school by the grace of God. And you have come to my church to speak many times.
Hey,
and yeah, I attend Build and Maker Church.
Wow, I didn't know it's you, ma. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma. Thank you, ma, for this great opportunity.
Oh, no. Yeah, how is my pastor, Mrs. doing?
She's doing well, excellently well, ma. Thank you, ma. Thank you for this opportunity. My prayer answered.
Oh,
Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. So far in my school, I've been able to push to a point. Like I told you earlier, many years ago, I started with 0 naira.
right.
But at this point, close to 400. But I don't know. I need structuring. I need to do it well. So that is why I'm so happy I came to this accelerator. So that is why I'm here. I'm about to start a secondary school, and I am.
Wow, you've done so well. That's good. Congrats. I think we lost her. Are you still there? Hello, Victoria, are you still there? Okay, are you still here? Oh, okay. So
Can you hear me?
yeah, we lost you in a bit, but you're back.
Okay, ma. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can, loud and clear.
So that is why I am here for, like what the first person said, for total restructuring and how we can come in, I can come in and see how to move to the next frontier. Thank you, ma.
Okay, so let's just hold on to the end of the accelerator and then we can take it up from there.
All right, ma. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for joining us. So thank you.
Good
Thank you,
afternoon,
ma.
ma.
Yeah, good afternoon. That's Olua.
Yes, my name is Amarachi. My
Amara.
name is Amarachi. Yes, I'm joining from Enugu.
Oh no! Wow. Hi, Amarachi.
Yes, thank you, ma. The class has been so nice, so wonderful.
Yeah. Good to hear from you. So, hi is Enugu, right?
Yes, Enugu is fine. It's fine. I had to speak because you said something about physical events tomorrow. I know you are in Lagos. So those of us that are joining virtually,
We'll
so
send a link.
can we also, sorry?
We'll send a joining link for those outside of Lagos that can't make it.
Okay, it's fine. Then I'm also interested in the business plan, just like my colleague spoke concerning the business plan class. So I'm interested in it, even if it's giving some of us that are here a discount.
So, it depends on where you are with your fundraiser.
Okay.
This particular accelerator is to have a nice, almost close to business plan when you're doing.
Okay.
If you will be needing any, means that maybe at a growth phase and really need to work on your maybe auditing and all of that, maybe what is required. But during the officers chats and then when we say what's peculiar to you, then we can take that. So, but we need you to go from here to the business model. Once you get the business model clear, after next week, we're doing financials all next week. One or two auditors and business financial consultants are coming in out taking the session. You would be able to see if you still need that extra. If not, you may be. The idea of this accelerator is that you are ready to go to raise money.
Okay. Yeah, fantastic.
Who get to the finishing line are ready to raise money.
All right. Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much.
Okay, Oluwakemi, your hand is up. It's been up for some time.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Afternoon. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm sure you're good too.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I like to appreciate you so much for this. My first time meeting you, of course, not one-on-one, was at Oriental Hotel last year when you had the investor fair. I think that was the second session.
Oh,
you know, I just stumbled on DealWoman online. I'm always online looking for what. I knock on every door. Anyone that opens is God's door. That's my own philosophy. And I got few days to the investor fair. I said, what am I doing? Why will I not be there? So that was it. All right. So thank you so much for what you're doing. God bless you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Just a few questions, ma'am. Okay, so my own I am into business consulting. When you were talking, I'm like, one day when I grow up, I'll be like this woman. Then I'll be charging millions of naira to write business plan for people. I'm at the stage where you tell them to pay 100,000 naira, they are pricing to 40,000 naira. I'm like, what is this? Okay, so my questions are this. Right now, okay, so I started out as a business name.
Okay.
Just but one of the plans this year is to upgrade to a limited liability company. I was speaking with the MD of an insurance brokerage firm, and she was like, "You need to upgrade. People will not take you as seriously as they should if as business name. You need to upgrade." So I had to put that as part of my plans for this year. Okay, so for this accelerator program, what's the fate of an enterprise like mine that is not, and of course, there are no serious financials yet. Like I said, I'm just starting out. In fact, I had to start out with, doing some free stuffs for people in exchange for testimonials, just to get a little bit of footing and all that. So I'm just at that stage. I'm just getting my first. Okay, so the first financial that I would have is just this year with a master class that I'm running that is ongoing. And I had just 3 people. Of course, I celebrate those 3 people. It's a good start, right? I'm hoping that we'll do better as time goes on. And then somehow 2 people saw me on LinkedIn and like, okay, maybe you can do 1 or 2 things for us. We're trying to do this, but those ones are not yet bringing in money yet. We are just starting at the point of, okay, let's sign agreements, let's see how we can work together and all that. So there are no serious financials yet. So what's the fate of my own consulting business? Of course, is a service business, right? Okay, so I was going to ask if you had to pay for screening, remember, but I think you already answered that question. So then lastly, I want to ask, the physical event tomorrow, where is it? Is it compulsory for us to be here? I'm in Lagos. If it's if I know where it is, I can just show my face again. What am I doing? Okay, so thank you very much once again, ma'am.
Yeah. So thank you. So question is, it's consulting, right? Are you raising money for this consultancy?
Okay, so there is an innovative side of the consulting, right? Which we are planning to raise money for, and that is a digital solution. Okay, so what brought about this business? I have been in business for a number of years. I was actually into catering, even though I have my my background in management, project management, but I was into catering events and all that. But I had a few successes, and I had some very beautiful failures too. But I'm kind of person that I love challenges. When I fail maths, I cry 2 days and I'm up again looking for the next available opportunity. I'm ready to take the risk again. My husband is like, you are too overly ambitious, you are too what's that word? Too desperate. And I'm like, no, I'm not desperate. I'm on a mission. And I get to where I'm going, I know. So so when I experienced, there were some very terrible failures, bad financial decisions that I made that really got me thinking. I ran into debt and all that. That really got me thinking, is this failure peculiar to me? So I began to research, I began to learn, I began to attend courses, and I made some shocking discoveries. SMEs fail, more than 80% fail within their first 5 years. Me, I even tried, I did plenty years, I didn't, So that got me thinking, how can we, so if in trying to mitigate against my own risk and failures, can I also help 1, 2, 3 businesses, can they learn from my mistakes and, reduce? So that was what brought about this, my consulting. So my aim, I had just one aim, help to reduce as much as possible SME failures in Nigeria, in Africa. So I now thought of an innovative side of it, a digital side of it, which is a digital solution, an app that can be an all-encompassing
All right.
help with.
Somebody is asking that we should help our time. Okay, so let me,
Okay.
yeah, so let me quickly say, as much as you can, please just tailor your questions as far, because if we are like, how many here? 27 of us. So a lot of people may want to ask a lot of questions. So please write down your questions and articulate it quickly. But I know it's because I asked a follow-up question, so I needed that clarification. So go ahead.
Okay, ma. So yes, we are trying to raise money for that digital solution that will be a. I already said my aim. We're trying to. I know my target audience. I've been able to actually come up with my own business model canvas even before today because I already learned about it. So yes, we're trying to raise money for that app development. That's where
Okay, so
that's even one of the things that got me interested in this program. Ma?
On that app is for the app you want to raise money.
Yes, yes.
Okay, right. I get it. So yeah, so we like I've generally mentioned, whatever it is you are doing, whether it's services, whether it's products, this accelerator is supposed to help you get investor ready. We're going to give you a 3 to 5 year projection based on whether existing or based on forecast. So if you are existing, we will help you pull out the items that will help you with the projections. If you are not existing, then we'll design with you what are your elements to be imputed into your Excel. But at the end, if you scale through to this session and get your business model Canva ready, and you go to next week, for those of us that were not here 2 days ago when we started out, it's a compulsory thing for you to pass the activity of week 1 to get into week 2. If you get into week 2, it's compulsory for you to finish up the deliverable for week 1 is your business model. The deliverable for week 2 is your financials, 3 to 5 financials. The deliverable for week 3 is your pitch deck. The deliverable for week 4 is your pitching demo, your demo pitch. When we pitch, we assign that you are investor ready, you are ready to go. And then after the program, we then begin to match you with investors. So at the end of this program, for those that are successful at it, we follow it. We made it simple. There's so many things you've heard. So the things you've not heard in the course of me taking sessions, I will literally touch around almost anything you need to have heard to raise money. So, or to put your business together. And then at the end of it, our goal is to come out with documents that are ready and a business that is ready to raise money. And then the next thing is we log you into the deal room and you start raising money. If you don't qualify at that point, then we now charge you. You will now pay the money you were not supposed to pay. So please take this seriously and let's get you investor ready. So we won't charge you anything. We just go into fundraising and bring you before investors. In fact, there's a grand finale type of thing for the first cohort. We thought we'll be able to take everybody for the first cohort, but we are not. So people are already asking, okay, for the cohort 2. So if they get into cohort 2, then we extend the dates for the investors fair. So you heard somebody talk about the investors fair. We're going to have a women-only investors meetup for women only. We're going to bring in investors into the room. But from our own end at DIRA, we want to be able to bring out these women that are ready for fundraiser into that deal room at that event. I hope that clarifies your question, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. God bless you, ma'am.
Good. Okay, so whose hand is up? Ejiro, please go ahead. You have the floor.
All right, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Good to see you today again. Okay. I must thank you for the teaching so far, although I was quite busy and I couldn't hear a lot of things, but I got value. I wanted to find out, the task for this week, like you have said, it's the business model. So I want to find out, is it a business model canvas, like you just exemplified, like in the diagram before now?
Yeah,
Or
that's the business model. So I sent you a PowerPoint. If you click on each bucket, you can fill it for your company. So, but remember to put your company at the end. Editable.
okay, ma'am, so what if we already have one before?
If you
I
have,
already have one.
fill it into what you have.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
So about the diagram you're referring to, is it the one you posted on our group page?
Yes, it's editable. It's PowerPoint. We want your business model Canva in a PowerPoint because you will need it. Always put your presentations in PowerPoint. You need it for projections. And then you will also need a version of it for your.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, but I can't see. The one I can see on the page is an image. It's not a PowerPoint slide now.
Okay, I'll check. Maybe I dropped it as an image. Sorry about that. Okay, yeah, I think it will
Yes,
now
ma, it's not there.
as an image. I'll sort that.
Okay, ma. Thank you very much, ma.
It will come nicer. Thank you for that observation.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so do we have any more questions? Any more questions? Any questions, please? Whatever you do between today and Friday, make sure you are filling in your business model. Ensure you read through all of it and the understanding of it. Once it's clear to you, you will now be able to put the cost. So we are at the point where we'll put the cost. So we work with Excel the whole of next week. All right, Ramat, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma. Thank
Yes.
you so much for this opportunity. I have a very quick question. For this business model canvas, like for us now, and that's something I've always been struggling with, is it only one aspect of the business we should develop this business model canvas, or we can develop for each aspect of the business? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that question. Do you have the business registered separately for each model? So, for example, in the deal room, we have different things happening here. Dira is now joining. We do business, we do events and all of that. All of that is under a business. That business is what we want to see your business model Canva. Is the business that is raising money for all of the businesses we are doing, right?
Right, correct, ma. Correct.
Your business model can then be expanded, but it's a strategy tool that covers all of what you're doing. So break it down into the bits and pieces of it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, let me ask a question. Supposing like Dira now for deal room, we have a project that we want to do, and that's where we want to raise the money for, not for all the other aspects of the business, which are okay.
Yeah.
How do I handle the business model canvas in that respect?
So that means that you are handling Dira as a sub business unit.
Yes, something like that. Is it possible?
Yes, you explain that to the investor early enough.
Okay, thank you, ma. Appreciate it.
By the way, why I want you to use PowerPoint is because you will now start to build your deck.
Okay, ma.
So put that, open a PowerPoint. Everybody, please do this. Open a PowerPoint, call it the name of your company, address it. Page 1 is your business model. So if you want to break down, it's also an activity everyone should do. If you want to break it down into your different sub-units, that's good. Or even into different products. The more you bring clarity, the more it is okay for you. So the clarity for the Dira has its own business model under the deal room. You get it? So have page 1, slide 1, maybe business model for a product. I mean, business model for the entire company. Then the business model for each of your sub-products or sub-services. Do it as much as you can for all the units you feel you want to have a business model on, because like the question Ramat is asking, it may be that DIRA's onboarding model is actually different, and it is different. So, but there's a global picture you are looking at that ties into every other thing or cascades down into every other thing you're trying to do. Is always synchronizing. So, but you can break it down. Yes, so you should. I'd like to see what you come up with.
Thank you, ma.
Yeah, thank you, Ramat. Any other question? Can we get the PowerPoint also? Yes. Where I will have to get somebody else to work on the. Yes, you should get their email. So unfortunately, Marianne is in the hospital yesterday, and so she couldn't get that across yesterday, which was when you were supposed to get it. So we'll have to assign somebody else to get it across to you today. So yes, we will all get all of the PDFs across today. Okay, Vivian, May Vivian, your hand is up. Is your hand still up?
Good afternoon, ma'am. Sorry, it's Chinoya Janet that the hand is up.
Okay, Chinoye.
Yes,
hello.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, May, Chinoye is on the line already.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much for this accelerator program. It's actually very, like time, like it's right on time. Let me put it that way. Yeah. I started my business in 2017. I'm into food processing. I started with making what we call ready mix products. With I already have duly registered products from NAFDAC. Yeah. There are 5 brands: pancake mix, puff mix, cake mix, and we hope to also advance into formulating products with our own crops here in Nigeria, so that we'll be able to encourage backward integration in terms of maybe farmers, ripple effect, where people are able to benefit and make money. So when I started the product, we invested in machines, myself and my husband. Though the company, I'm the highest shareholder, like in terms of to make it a woman-led business. Mm-hmm. So we invested in machines, and we brought in, and we tried BOI to see whether we could raise funds to be able to set up the factory for those machines. We had done something like go-to-market strategy in terms of being able to see what the customers, we had done tests, we tested our products in the market, and we got positive response, which led to us investing in those machines. So now, 2020, let me put it that way, we've been like looking for funds. I've gone to some places to do pitch. Actually, I'd already given up on pitching on my business plan and all that until this accelerator program came up again. So our machines have been at the port, and we raising funds, funds to be able to clear the goods is now a big issue. Unfortunately, we didn't have a better, let's call it financial advice before we invested in those machines. Because if we did, we would have allowed BOI to make purchase of those machines while we now invested in the factory and other things that they had to use to set up the factory itself. So I've been more on the micro level since then, and I've been doing more from home, just producing parts for stores. We've been getting good response, but I cannot go beyond a certain level in terms of capital because of the capacity. I'm unable to do anything more than what I'm doing right now. That is part of it. So now I have 2 options here for this business model. We have the ones that we want to set up a factory. The second one is I want to scale up my own micro level to at least medium or something, so I can get more hands in and keep testing the market, keep building the market while we're looking for more funds for the to set up the factory. So my question is, to a certain level, you answered the question with the other lady who's talking about different products for the company. But mine is more like 2 models: factory, setting up a factory and scaling up my micro capacity into a bigger capacity. What do you advise in terms of where should I start from? Do I put those 2 models out there and see?
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah, I get it. Thank you. Right. Sorry about your the delays you've had. You know, I know 1 or 2 people that are in that situation as well. So sorry about that. That's money sitting, not being utilized. Okay. I think what you should do is there are a couple of depending on what do you produce again.
We sell ready pancake mix. We have 2 different types of pancake mix. We have the regular one, which I call classic. Then we have another one called original, which I use our own.
The machines that are the pots, how much do you need? Is it
Hello?
pancakes?
No, it's not. It's for different. I mean, we can use the machines for different, just more flour. Anything to do with flour for now.
For flour business, all right.
Yes, flour business for now.
And how up to date are the machines?
They actually we had made payment to the China. It was a Chinese company. That was 2018. And when the COVID thing broke out, we couldn't complete. We paid 90%, and it took a while for us to get 10%. So they had to sell off our machines. And so during COVID time, because in China you don't just mess around anybody's finance anyhow. So they had to reproduce machines again. That was in 2020, 2022, 2021, 2022. Yes. So it came into Nigeria around 2020, beginning of 2024. I can't exact beginning of 2024. So it has stayed up to a year. We've been looking for funds to be able to clear. We're looking like 13 million, something like that.
Naira,
yes.
So clear it.
For that was what we knew as at last year.
So
but we've not tried to.
Why I'm asking is because we're putting together a fund, and I will be investing in women businesses across manufacturing, across healthcare, and any women-led business or technology business. And then while so I'm raising money, my fund is currently being formed in the US under a manco in the US. And to be out with the fund terms and ready to deploy capital maybe by next month, by God's grace. I'm looking to hit my first close by next month. That's April.
Okay.
So I'm looking for businesses that are women-led, businesses that have issues that we can solve with not so much money, but can get them going.
Okay, ma.
13 million you need, and you can.
Yeah, just for clearing of the goods. So there are still other things.
So yeah, so you need to know how much you need. Please check, verify, update it.
Okay, ma'am.
There are 1 or 2 other funds in Nigeria that are gender focused that can also be part of it to get that equipment out, and then you can now start manufacturing. So you have a land where the property which is going to house the equipment already.
Well, family land we have in the east, but we would have, my market share, is here in Lagos. So we would prefer to start from Lagos. But if they are insisting on that we have to have like a land to hold on to them. Unless we can use that as a form of collateral. I don't know.
So just a space. Reason is because my meetings this morning, I said to somebody, I said, somebody came to us, wanted to raise some millions of dollars. We told the person you can start this thing without raising of over $20 million. And we like at the end of the day, the person is raising about $1 million with other things ready. How is even ready? I don't know, because we are just sitting here providing the ideas and the clients are moving with the ideas and it's working. So yeah, so when you hear somebody wanted to raise $20 million to start up something, and suddenly all he needs now, every other parameter has been put in place that would have required $20 million, and he just need $1 million to now start off. That to me is a beautiful feat. I mean, you must, so you need to know exactly how much you need, because other Adium capital alone, if you give me good collateral, and those machines are what it is, because bread, anything flour sells in Nigeria, I will put the money, I'll give you. It's just that my own money under Adium capital right now is expensive. We do between 5% to 8% monthly. Is the way the investors, the way the money we have, that's what it is. So I won't. But if it is that, okay, we look at it, we could talk to one or two investors and say, there's, because part of why this program is free is also to be able to go to those who do gender-focused funding, to say that these people are ready. This is the dynamics of this project. We have people in BOI up until the current CEO DG. But he has asked me, you know what, Comfort, what do you want done? I need to have a list, a viable, verifiable, and investable list of people. So we'll go to the gender desk and say, mark this money for us as DIRA, because this is what we're doing. We already have 2 VCs and PEs that are interested in what we're doing. So I'm not joking. I'm also raising my own money. So if equipments are hanging and people are looking for equipments, we even find 1 or 2, even inside of the deal room, who have that money, but they don't just have the wherewithal. They could pay you off to bring it, partnership, different things happen, contracts manufacturing, rather than lying down there. You see, so that's my point. So today, answer your question, the second question of how the business model is projected. As long as there's an equipment there, build around the equipment projections, and then say that you are starting from here. This is where we are, but this is where I'm going. I will need 15 million of the money I'm raising to move my equipment out. I have paid. That is already a business half run. It is at the pot here, right?
Yes, ma'am.
15 million.
Yes, ma'am.
Auntie, please help me put it together and ensure that all your figures and data are correct and documents are okay. There's something, if you check the timetable, there's a data room. So pictures, cost of the equipment, and all of that. Because you bought it in 2014, in 2018, I'm sure the value is higher. So you have
it is. It is. It's quite
a premium here, and we will factor that into your financial, what you have on ground already. If you discount 15 million, microfinance can give it to you. If you put it together in a way they should hear it, which is why you are here, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I hope
yes, ma'am. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Answers your question.
Yes, ma'am. It does.
Oh, thank you.
It does for now. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Philomena. Information is power. Just be in the right circle. Thank you, D-Room. What I have asked so far is encouraging and reassuring. Thank you, Philomena. All right, is there any other question? Please feel free to ask me any questions. Ask me any question, please. Any question at all. Any questions at all? Is there anybody else raising their hands or anybody wants to take the stage before we call it a day? So please work on your business model. I want to see everybody's business model on Friday. Ejiro, yeah, you've spoken before, but you can take the floor now, or did I cut you short?
Okay, ma. Thank you, ma. So this is just a follow-up. I wanted to be short because I know you've talked about investment.
Right. We lost Ejiro there, or the network is bad. All right. Sorry, Ejiro, can you hear me? Okay, so for everyone, if you
I don't know if you can hear me.
yeah, if you have any questions and we're not able to take it here, please drop it on the WhatsApp and just tag me. I'm on the WhatsApp group as well. I know the network is really bad. I apologize. I hope one startup will solve network problem for Nigeria for Nigeria very soon. I'm looking forward to it. All right, so anybody else with any question before we call it a day? Yeah, sorry, May, your network hasn't been. Conversion rate becomes high, yes. I got that, yeah. Sorry about that. I hear so many of us. That's why we will have an in-house session very soon. And hopefully maybe we have in-house sessions. So if your network is by your area, you can just walk to the office. Where are we submitting the business models? Okay, so just drop, I will tell you, we will announce how you will submit it, but the best thing not to run foul is just to drop on the WhatsApp group. So the WhatsApp group is closed-ended for just cohort 1 already. So it's us inside of there. And I think that. All right, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your tenacity. Thank you for staying true with this today again. Thank you so much. If you attended the session and you've not filled the form, please. So tomorrow is not the physical meeting. Monday next week. Monday next week. Monday next week. There's no physical meeting tomorrow. It's online. There's no meeting tomorrow. We'll just drop a few things to read online. And then you should get going with working on your business model. Please work on your business model. There's no physical meeting tomorrow. We're meeting on Monday next week. Monday next week. We're meeting next week, Monday. All right, thank you, everyone. I'll sign out from here and then we'll talk on WhatsApp and we'll take it off from there. See you Friday. So the next time we're meeting again is on Friday to review our model and 1 or 2 other things on Friday. It will be on Zoom. We're meeting on Friday on Zoom. Friday, Zoom. Monday next week online. Details will be in the... Okay, so I see Joyce here. Please, who is can you please speak to me? Joyce?
Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon. So who is this? And you know why I'm asking?
Okay, my name is Joyce.
Sorry?
Yeah, I said I'm the Joyce you're asking.
Is your name Joyce AK?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. So there's a reason I'm asking. So let me not go into it. Maybe when we'll talk later. So it's not the I know, right? Or I used to know. Okay. So that was a mix-up. All right. Aspiring business owners, does the investment include grants? So we aren't talking about grants, but in terms of putting together documentation for grants. For the grants, we have a partner that does grants, all of grants, and he will be speaking. We are inviting him to talk to you guys on grants. The program, I don't know if there will be a discount for DealWoman. I've not even had that conversation with him already. but I'm believing that maybe we should have a discount. Yeah, but there's grant opportunities, and then we push you to that option when he comes around to talk. So that's for grants, really. Now, by the way, let me say something about grants. I'm of the opinion that your grant is supposed to actually jumpstart your projects if you are starting out. But if you really want to scale businesses, you have to go beyond grants. So, and that's usually why so many businesses remain small, because the drive or the quest for grants is a competition. So when you see a grant application, maybe 1,000 people, 2,000 people are applying for it. As against that, you see, you are going from people who have money and are looking for you, and they like what you're doing. It's not a competition. They just like what you're doing. You may be doing something nice, but you may not be able to access grants. So for me, is a type of funding that if and when you get it, is good for you, but you cannot use it as a basis for running and scaling a business. All right. Thank you, Chef Juliet Kings. Yeah, thank you. So we'll see on Friday on Zoom, but in person for those that can make it on Monday next week. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. And so I'll be closing out for now. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. So we're closing. See you on Friday on Zoom.